rock and roll like a train of Hyundai, Kitchener to Bucharest. Hey guys, it's me, it's Sam. And this is my Eurovision 2022 semi-final 1 review. I had to think of that word. So, if you want to look at my prediction videos, you would have seen that I predicted Albania, Switzerland, Ukraine, Netherlands, Moldova, Austria, Iceland, Greece, Norway and Armenia to go through. I'm happy to say I got 8 right. I missed out on Austria and Albania, which was actually probably deserved in the end. And Portugal and Lithuania went through, which was a great surprise to me. So I'm going to go down the running order and look at what and review the process. So we start with the opener, Albania. Wow. I did not expect that from Albania. It was probably the only time I've actually half liked the song. It was a very sexualised performance, and UK commentators Scott Mills and Ryan and Clark Neal did say that she actually changed her outfit because the other one was more revealing. She must have been naked on stage, that's all I can say. And Toby the Beagle has decided to join us for this review now. Not surprised it went through. She did come out in the media to say that she wanted to go home due to the negative backlash that she did have, which is not right to begin with. You know, we may dislike the song, but you can't dislike the person. She can sing. It just wasn't the song to go through on the night. Moving on to Latvia and Eat Your Salad by Chitty Zeni. Apparently there was a swear word in there starting with F. I'm not going to repeat it. I missed it personally because I was too busy singing about the P, yes, which was originally in this song. Do you know what? I actually liked the song last night. I've kind of just bypassed the momentum for this song. It's a shame it didn't get through. But then when you're looking at other songs in this, the other fun songs, you're looking at Moldova and Norway. You know, not all of them could have gone through. But then saying that, there's another point in the next bit, which could be related as well. Gutted for Latvia. I didn't think it would go through, but they deserved to go through on after last night. But this was a hard semi-final to predict because there's too many. This was the better quality semi-final for songs, which is probably easier. There's only really 2 spots up for grabs, and yeah. Moving on to Lithuania now. Monica Liu, I didn't actually think she would qualify. Looking at all the interviews she's done, she's a very likeable, lovely young woman. I just struggled to see where did the points come from, and that was the problem I had. But she got through, and that's great. And going on to the previous point I made, you know, we had 4, maybe 5 slower songs, and they all went through last night. And that would be Lithuania, Switzerland, Portugal, and Iceland. And if you want to count them, the Netherlands, all went through. And I didn't expect. I thought 2 would get through, or 3, plus with the Netherlands if you include them. But no, Lithuania got through, and it's great to see a non-English song go through, and I think it's the first time they've got through with a Lithuanian song as well, which is great. Next, Switzerland. Wow, Marius Bear. Boys do cry. If you look at my live reaction video, please do on my channel, I went nuts. I actually looked very angry looking at it back. I was so glad this got through because nobody gave it a hope in hell of getting through. The bookies put it 10th. But nobody had this. If you look at the Eurovision scoreboard, it's 38th out of the 40 countries. Nobody gave us a chance. I knew it would. Vocally last night, I don't think he was up to par. Clearly the strain of Eurovision is getting to him a bit. Which I think other acts will have problems with as well. If you look in the past, Sergei Lazarov, by the time the final comes, he is not at his vocal best because they do so much, so many interviews, so many rehearsals, so much practice and behind the scenes as well that we don't realise. Hopefully Marius will have a couple of days vocal rest now, and that he can just enjoy himself. He's in the final. We'll see him back on Friday for the jury final and rehearsals that day. Next, we have Slovenia, LPS Disco. Last Pizza Slice, they were never going through. You know, it's a nice song, but you know, was it realistically going to do well? I don't think so. And it kind of proved last night. There's not really much to say on that entry. Now, here's the controversial one. Ukraine is Stefania by Kalush Orchestra. I'm getting a bit of sick and tired of Kalush Orchestra. We know what's going on in the country. But this band have been the most political entry I have ever seen. They keep mentioning the war to get sympathy votes. Yet they're trying to say it's all about the music, not about that if we win. Well, one, you're not going to win. I hope the EBU or someone from there watches this. Put Ukraine on first. Have them open the show, because at the end of the day, they're in no position to host or even co-host because they financially broke the broadcaster. Quite frankly, I don't think they should be in the contests with this band. They've been sending political messages out left, right and centre, and quite frankly I find that disgusting. And I'm not saying that what's happening in their country is right, because it's not. That's a different issue altogether. They shouldn't be so political in the contest, and I find Ukraine have been the most political country for the last decade. They've been very bad, and I don't think they would have won or be anywhere in the top 3 of this semi-final. I think something's you know, they were going on about, oh, we've got a standing ovation. That's only for support because of what's going on in your country. It's got nothing to do with your song, I hope. Moving on, Bulgaria, Intelligent Music Project. Now this was stonewalled to finish dead last. I think Slovenia probably did. This wasn't a bad show actually from Bulgaria. They really did bring it with what is an average song. It reminds me of Armenia back in 2016. Toby, wait, move. Good boy. With all the pyros, bringing an average song up another gear. That's really it. Be sad to not see it in the final, really, to be honest, after that performance. Next, we have ST with Djepta from the Netherlands. And S2, why did I say ST? S10. Sten. I think that's, I don't know. Moving on. You know, she did a great performance last night. Reminds me of Undo by Sana Nilsson at the start with the Pillars of Light. Great performance. No doubt it was going through. And I feel sorry for her because she's drawn in the first half of the semi-final. She'll probably perform 10th, which is after Italy in 9th. Now, the one song I really did enjoy last night, Zoop de Zoop and the Adahov brothers with Trechinol, Moldovan entry. Wow. They left that late to put it through, didn't they? I love this song. I love Zoop de Zoop as a band anyway. They're one of my favourite Moldovan acts. Their Bonica Batadova was great on debut for Moldova. Then So Lucky was just so good, and nobody thought that was going to do well. And they've done it again. It's probably their most low-key performance, but it's a fun song. It gets you up and dancing. I love the song. Personally, I would not be surprised if it's on the left-hand side of the board. Will I think it will get there? It'll be there or thereabouts. I don't think it will be challenging top 10, but then again, you never know. Now, Maro with Saudade from Portugal. I was shocked this went through. You know, I'm not a big fan of Portugal as a country as a whole in the contest. I've never rated this song. I never really rate the Portuguese songs. I don't know if that's just my personal taste or I just miss something with the Portuguese entry every single year. You know, it's a slow song. It's there. It's in the first half. It'll be separated from Iceland. If you look at it, it'll probably come after maybe Italy in 10th or France whenever they are, or after Ukraine, or probably after Norway just to slow it down, or just before them. There's a lot of high tempo songs in that first half, and it's going to get very blurry. So I think the winner could probably come from the second semi-final, which is a shame because all my bets are on the first semi. You know, that's enough said about that. Mia Dimic and Guilty Pleasure up next for Croatia. She wasn't bad last night. It's not a bad song, but it's just one of these songs that are just there in the contest. They're not going to do anything. They're just there to fill a void, and I think that perfectly sums up Croatia's entry. She sings very well. The performance is okay, but it's just there. Now, one of my big surprises last night was Ready, the show for Denmark. This was good. This was good. I thought she might sneak through, but there clearly wasn't enough support for it, and that was a shame. The sun obviously did damage here for this song, and you know, I think the Italian broadcast should be absolutely ashamed of themselves for building such a stage, and then can't be bothered to fix it when there's a problem. I think Denmark have the right to feel very aggrieved because that was a very good performance last night, and it's a shame. Next is Austria, Lumix, featuring Pia Maria. Vocals weren't bad last night, but they weren't great. That's probably the best I've heard her sing the song, and that did cost Austria, was the vocals, by far. And that is a shame. But, you know, let's just remember, she's a very young woman, 18, I believe. So let's, you know, don't pile on the pressure on her. You know, I know it's her first, Eurovision's been her first live performances ever. So she's still learning. So hopefully she'll take everything that's been chucked at her and she learns from it. And that's all I can ask for her. Now, Iceland, Sister Mid Hakandi Sol. I've butchered that, and I know I have Icelandic viewers, I should say, so I'm so sorry. Sister, I was very happy this went through. I said it from day one that this would probably be borderline, and then once the semi-final came together, I could see this going through. I thought it'd be at Portugal's expense, but both of them getting through was a surprise for me. I know my friends in Iceland were very happy this went through as well, because they were debating whether it would. We'll have to find out. I placed it 10th in the semi. Obviously, we don't know where they placed until after the final on Saturday, and I'll do a bit more detailed on where the placings were. Next, Greece, Amanda Shenford with Die Together. This is my winner for the final. She is an absolute perfect singer. She's the note at the end when you have to move the range, and then you normally just keep going up or keep going down. You don't go down and up or up and then down. It's very hard to do technically, and she pulls it off every time. She is probably one of the best singers in the contest. And looking at here at the moment, the views of last night's semi-final. If you go by views on here, actually, I'll come back to that. That's a very interesting point I've just noticed. Next, Subwoofer. Give that wolf a banana for Norway. Wow, this was going to go through. It's polished from start to finish, and it will win the public vote in the final. That's all I really need to say. And Armenia closed the semi-final. Glad Rosalind didn't let the rip affect her. She continued, and it was actually a nice surprise because I hadn't seen the finished thing. I knew she was in kind of like a box, but I didn't understand that as such. But it was great to see that she got through. She deserves to be in that final, and unfortunately she's in the first half. She may get lost there, which is a great shame. That first half is very good at the moment. There's only 2 or 3 places left there, while there's 7 or 8 in the second half, depending where the first half ends, if is that the 12th song or the 13th song. So I was quite happy last night with the show. Mika was very strange. You know, he's one of the more experienced presenters, and he seemed very lost last night, which was a great shame. So looking at the YouTube channel now on the TV behind the camera here, Ukraine actually have the most views at the moment at 1.1. And this is where it gets very surprising. The second most views at 810,000 is Albania. But they didn't get through last night, so maybe all the people who would have voted for this are voting in Thursday's. So maybe she would have been better in the other semi-final. Then looking elsewhere, you're then looking at a Moldova next. Yeah, yes, Moldova are next with 455 views. And then you go to Greece on 392, Netherlands on 326, and then you're under the 300 mark with Norway. You know, that's very promising if you look at it like that. Actually, I think Norway were even beat by Portugal on the views on the channel. Wow. And that's a very good indicator, because obviously people will watch the songs they want to watch. So for Albania to get 810,000 views, only beaten by Ukraine in that semi, that says a bit. Right, let me think write in the comments what you think, your reactions to last night's video. I'm stumbling over my words here, I do apologise. You know, respect my opinions on what I've said of every performance. I don't mean to be disrespectful if you do think that. It's just my opinions, and I'll respect yours. And that's all we can do in life, because if you respect each other's opinions, then, you know, you might not agree with them, but you could at least respect them. That's it. I'll do another video, live reaction video, tomorrow for the semi-final, with the United Kingdom can vote. And I know where my votes will be going. So thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment down below, and if you really enjoy this content, please subscribe. Once I get over 100 subscribers, I can actually do proper weekly live vlogs that I used to do. So thank you, and I'll see you soon.